Hello everybody, this is DeanoGTO, and today we're going to be looking at the AMX AC 46 yet again. So, why am I doing another video on the AC 46? I hadn't originally intended to, if I'm completely honest. I originally intended to try and get a gameplay of the AC 48 out, but actually no, honestly my original intention was to do kind of statistical analysis of the updated Tier 8, 9, and 10 tank destroyers, but I'd say that was kind of boring, and I figured like I may as well just ask you guys in an actual gameplay video because I feel like these videos are more likely to be watched than the analysis videos. Do you guys want to see actual gameplay of the new French or the updated French tank destroyers, or do you want to see more like just live server gameplay? And also, what kind of tanks do you want to see on test server or on live server? And leave like a little leave like a little thing in front of that, or like say like live server AMX AC 48 or test server AMX SC or test server MX 50 Fosh or Fosh 15 or Fosh B, because I don't have the Fosh 155 in the test server because I didn't have it prior to the test server being released. And this is a moment in the game here which is a little bit dodgy because, well, yeah, this is me going head to head with one of the faster firing tanks in the game. And he hit me once and pinned me and took off pretty much half my health. And that is kind of devastating, honestly, because, well, this thing's armor is kind of meh. Like, the Tier 8's armor, I can tell you right now, it feels significantly better than the Tier 7's. But Tier 8's issue is it has the anti-aircraft gun at the back, which is a huge weak point, to be completely honest, because it means if somebody, even if someone misses, and honestly, I kind of crap myself a little bit here when I was facing the Su-100, because I was immediately thinking, if he has the 122, he can overmatch my side armor reliably with no problems at all. And then I get nailed by artillery, and that cost me like 200 health, which is kind of bad considering, well, I'm a tank destroyer, and tank destroyers don't exactly have much health. So right now I'm on 2 kills, 1700 damage, and by the way, just before we get sidetracked again, let me know in the comments, do you want to see live server or games or test server? Just making sure, like, I said that again just to make sure. So now I'm going to SU-100, SU-100's dead, so that's like the main thing I was afraid of, dead. And there's an AT2 over there and an M41 to my right, and I get shot in the hole by the Ag Panther. And I have to now sit kind of just in this kind of position here, and now the AT2 is right there, and I was honestly kind of amazed that didn't kill that guy, because I was just like, wait, what? Because it's an AT2, I have 212 pen. I was completely expecting just to nail that guy and kill him off, but apparently not. But yep, MX-12T is right there, and I somehow managed to completely boss last job, but whatever. So currently we're winning 11-6, so this is looking like an open and shut game, and just trying to remember what happens. Oh yeah, Black Panther, surprise, and I actually didn't realize initially here because I was just getting auto-aimed. I think he's using the 88 L56, and that's when I figured it out. 88 L56, 220 damage per shot. All I need to do is avoid him shooting my high up weak points, and it looks like he may have actually just gone AFK. But yeah. Jackson's alive over there. I, for some reason, didn't even attempt to aim with the Jackson. And was that my artillery? Oh no, it was their artillery. Their artillery's still alive. I forgot about that. So right now I'm on 3 kills. Their artillery is right over there somewhere. I'm kind of like fishing for a shot on the artillery, but I couldn't really get one. The VK-281's still alive, and so is the Jackson. The Jackson, don't know where he is. And actually, just gonna point this out. Just not gonna pause this for too long. Holy shit, the Jackson got shafted. Go to your tech tree if you have if you have time. Go to the tech tree, look at the Wolverine, and look at the Jackson. Tell me what you notice about those two vehicles, and what is kind of bullshit that the Jackson doesn't get that the Wolverine did get. I'm just gonna I'll let you know in a wee second, like when we hit the end of this year. But the Jackson, I don't know why it doesn't get that particular module, and it's kind of horseshit, to be completely honest. I was really hoping the Jackson got it in HD because that's when the Wolverine got it, as far as I remember. So yeah, just a wee bit of a side note there. But yeah, let's see. So last remaining tanks in the enemy team are the Jackson and the VK201. Nailed the Wolverine. Nailed the Jackson, killed him off, so now I'm on 2,865 damage. The VK201's just kind of just firing shots into my front armor, and I kill him off as well. So that was 5 kills for me with nearly 3,000 damage. I survived the game, which should give me a nice little XP boost as well. So overall, I think this tank is a pretty okay machine. Like, okay is literally me stretching it as far as I can go in terms of like saying like it's good or bad or not. Like, but for the most part, I think this tank's bad. The reason, it is awkward as shit because, well, the weak points on tap. I'm a big fan of having weak points on tanks, but the French tank destroyers I feel like have too many weak points. I feel like they should have like the ability to like cover one side of their weak points or something like that. Kind of like the Tiger P can. If you come around like a left hand corner, you can cover the left hand cupola and the left hand uh, cheek on the hull. The the French tank destroyers can't really do that very well. You kind of can with the T-rate, depending on like the side of the corner you're coming around and the way you like angle the vehicle, but it's really kind of annoying and really really finicky to try and get to work. So yeah, it's just annoying because they have two. This one here has two massive weak points. The tier 8 has three massive weak points on top. It has the turret on the back, which is incredibly annoying because it has no armor whatsoever. I mean, it has 50 armor. 50 armor is worthless in this tier. And that just gives you an idea of just how worthless the side armor currently is on these vehicles. I mean, 40 side armor. Holy crap, that is complete shit. Um, like, just to give you an idea, like, a lot of the artilleries, like, just to give you an idea, like the Foch 155 in particular. The Foch 155, if it is ever caught completely sideways on to a tier 10 artillery, any of the tier 10 artilleries, if they land a shot on the roof, or if they land a shot in directly to the side, can do full damage. Because that's how shit the side armor is on the Foch 155. And it also means that even with splash damaging hits, these things take a ton of damage because their armor is just so worthless. Like, artillery is like the bane of these things' existence. That on 122mm guns. 122mm guns specifically because 40 side armor, you need to have 100 bigger than 120mm, minimum 121mm in order to overmatch side armor. So 122mm guns devastate all of the French tank destroyers currently in the game. Test server, that changes, but yeah, but I'll get into that in a different video. I am going to do at least one video talking about like the French tank destroyer updates. But yeah, let me know if you want to see if you want me to prioritize trying to get test server gameplay or anything up. And just to finish this gameplay section off, the feature that the Jackson is missing is the top engine from the Wolverine. So the Wolverine gets like a 500 horsepower engine. The best engine the Jackson gets is 420 horsepower. So the Jackson gets an 80 horsepower less engine, gets a worse top speed than the Wolverine, and it just gets like talk about getting shit on. I mean, like, the predecessor literally has that engine and doesn't have access to it. I mean, what horse shit is that? It's exactly the same hull too. Like, the hull for the Jackson and the Wolverine is, as far as I'm aware, identical. And there's no reason it should not have the 4G AA engine, I think it's called. So, yeah, that's just complete horseshit, and I don't really understand why Wargaming decided to do that. It's complete shaft to the Jackson, because the Jackson's not exactly popular as it is right now. It's in that, like, I don't even know. I don't know. But yeah, time to go on to the post-game statistics for this game. Okay, so we're on to post-game stats. So this was worth a first-class mastery, a steel wall, and a high caliber, along with I think a Spartan medal. I'm not 100% sure. Like those medals, I typically forget the names of. But let's see, what was the XP and all? Oh yeah, that's right. So when I was granting these vehicles, I had a tendency to use the XP boost, the XP modifier things. Um, so I would typically run the 100% one and the 50% free experience one. So that's why the XP is coming up as being like 3,370 because I did buy premium account for a while just so I can get speed up the grind through this thing. So yeah, so let's go on to the second screen. So I came top of the team, 2,996 damage. So wow, I did a lot of damage in that game in comparison to the rest of my team. Holy crap, hadn't even noticed. 1100 actual base XP. So that's without any kind of modifiers or anything else. So that was actually a pretty damn solid game. I was actually genuinely surprised when I hadn't actually looked at the results screen since I played this game, which was about 4 or 5 days ago. So yeah, let's go on to the next screen. 20 shots fired, 17 direct hits, 15 penetrations, 2,996 damage as I mentioned before, 1,040 damage blocked by armor, and 307 assistance damage. And with the premium account I only made 9,000 credits because I was running the food consumable in this game. And without the food consumable I would have made probably about 15,000 credits in that game even without a premium account. Yeah, running food consumables is really expensive, and honestly, for the most part, it's not worth it. I was just doing it because I just wanted to make this tank as good as I possibly could. Um, and also, there's the issue with tank destroyers in the form of like they have very little health up until tier 9. Like there are a few exceptions, of course, but for the most part, tank destroyers up until tier 9 have very little health. Like a really small amount of health. I mean, 1,000 health, that's that's about like 1,000 health on this thing. To give you an idea, that's only 50 health more than a tier 6 heavy tank. Just 50. That's nothing to a tier 8. In fact, a lot of time, or what? Wait, I'm thinking of tier 8, sorry. This thing here has 800 health. This thing has, I think, the same health pool as an ARL 44. So the point still stands with the low amount of health thing, but like for some reason, like because I've been playing the tier 8 a lot, my mind's defaulted to the tier 8 for some reason. But yeah, tier 8 tank destroyers, most of them have about in like the region of about 1,000 health, which is really not much health. And then there are when it comes to like tier 8 or tier 7, most of them have around the 800 region, and 800 is less than a lot of tier 6 heavies, and 1,000 health is only just a little bit more than most tier 6 heavies. So yeah, the tank destroyers are so fragile up until tier 9. Tier 9 is the first time you actually really get a solid chunk of health. Your health typically goes up about 50% at tier 9. It's kind of mental, honestly, but yeah. So overall, I think that game was pretty solid. Wasn't really too many things that really went wrong in that game, but I was kind of surprised that that was only worth a first class. But then again, I guess I am kind of grinding this thing at a time when a lot of people are playing it right now. I try and get up to the tier 8, then tier 9, then tier 10. So yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. So yeah, um, not really much else really to add to this. Really, just like the tier 7 is not really that great of a machine, if I'm completely honest. And running camo on this thing, I feel like it's pretty much worthless because as far as I've seen, it basically gets spotted at the view range cap anyway. So you may as well just run repairs. You can actually respond to things a little faster. So yeah, like but the one upside of this thing is I think it's the only French tank destroyer with 10 degrees of gun depression. Um, except I think there may be one more, but it's like even lower tier than this. Um, so yeah, I guess like that's like the one advantage this thing has, but overall this thing's not that great of a machine. It's okay. Like tier 7 tank destroyers for the most part are known for being kind of crap, but yeah, this thing's nothing special really. It's just kind of meh for the most part. So yeah, so let me know in the comment section what do you guys think of the French tank destroyers in 9.19.1, and have you had a chance to play them on test server 9.20? I'm curious to know what the general opinions are of the changes to them and the difference between what they are now and what they will be in the future. Because right now, from what I've seen of them on the test server, I think they're going to be vastly superior to the versions we have in the game right now. Because in the game right now, it's no secret, but I think the French Tech Destroyer line is probably the worst line in the game overall. So after the changes, it could potentially move up a few places and potentially put another line down to being the very worst. But for a long time, this line was just clearly the worst. There was no line that even came close in terms of how bad it was. So yeah, nothing really else I can really think of that I really needed to mention. So yeah, just leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you want to see some test server gameplay, or do you think it'd be a better idea for me to try and continue going for the Fosh 155. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.